Well, today I'm outside of my appointment and I am 38 weeks today. I'm scheduled for induction on the 29th, but they don't think that I'm going to last that long. But I don't know, it's been taking me forever to go into labor, and I am what I say, yeah, I'm 38 weeks, and today's Tuesday. So on Friday, the doctor, she swept my membranes. It didn't send me into labor right away, but what it has done since then, I've been having like real like strong contractions that I have to like breathe through, but they won't pick up and come at a consistent pace. They're only like 10 to 15 minutes apart. But I also been having my bloody show the past couple of days since she has done it. And I've been having a lot more pressure. And when she had checked me and she swept my membranes, she said that I was a loose 3. So today when I go inside my appointment, I guess I'll see what I am now. And if the membrane sweep, I guess, helped a little bit. And then she said she'll sweep my membranes again today. So yeah, I'll get back to you guys once I get back in the car. But what I don't like about this hospital or doctor's office, whatever you want to call it, is that they never have no parking. And you have to walk so far to get to the door. And it's cold out here. So far to get to the door, like, it don't make no sense. They have like parking for expectant moms and everything, but people don't always follow the rules and things like that. So about to walk on in here. I have a far walk to go in this place, but yeah. Okay, so this is an update on my 38-week appointment. I'm in different clothes because it's like a week later and a lot has happened that I have to update you guys on. So when I went to that appointment, I was 38 weeks. I was in so much pain, couldn't even walk. My pelvis just felt like it was just so wobbly and not stable, and I was just so miserable. So I went into that appointment for my non-stress test, and luckily I had caught my doctor before she went into the ER to do a C-section. So she came in there and she stripped my membranes, and she wanted me to like walk around the hospital and stuff like that, and then come back a couple hours like later after I done walked around the whole hospital to see if my cervix had changed. I was like 3 centimeters when she checked me. But I was like, no, I have to go and I gotta pick up the kids and pick up my mom from work and everything. So that day after she had stripped my membranes, I had on the way from picking my mom up and we were on our way home, I started getting like strong contractions, like, ooh, like, okay, these hurt or whatever. But I just, didn't pay no mind to them. And they were like happening probably like every like 10 minutes, and I could feel them. But I still just kept on doing what I was supposed to do and everything, and came home, cooked dinner for the kids. And that day I had to go to Fredericksburg to go get my daughter. And still having contractions that I had to like breathe through. They was like getting, that kind of strong. So then we came home and I cooked dinner and everything, get the kids ready for bed. I give them all baths and everything. Then I had laid down and we had all went to sleep. And then I woke up around like, I want to say like around 1 something. The contractions like woke me up like out of my sleep. And she had stripped my membranes, I want to say like around 9 o'clock that morning. And this was the second time that she stripped my membrane. So the first time she did it, all it did was gave me like very mild contractions, but it didn't send me into labor or nothing. So this time I woke my mom up. I'm like, okay, Mom, yeah, like it's time to go. I think it's time to go. So I had to wake all 3 of the kids up, get them ready, put them in the car. I live in Woodbridge. I had to make it all the way to Fort Belvoir Hospital, and by then my contractions were like 7 minutes apart, and like I had to breathe through them. So I'm thinking that, I don't know, like I'm not gonna make it. I don't know what's going on. So I get them to my aunt's house in Alexandria. I had to pass the base, then come back, and that evening, that night before, I was just at the hospital in pain and having contractions, and they sent me home. So I was just so emotional, and I was so done, and I didn't even want to go to the hospital because I didn't want them to send me home. So once I got to the hospital and I got in there and I checked in and everything, mind you, at this hospital they only keep you when you're 6 centimeters, which I just think is crazy. Like, how do you just walk around 6 centimeters? Like, I don't know, that's just crazy to me. So I walk in there and everything, and I go into like the little triage room thing, because they don't admit you into like your real labor and delivery room until you're like in actual labor. So I go into the triage room and everything, and then they come in there and then they strap, the baby on the monitors and everything. And they saw that I was having contractions about 7 minutes apart and stuff. And then when the doctors come in there and they check me, boom, they tell me I'm 6 centimeters. Like, I was so happy because it's just been like a very rough ride. So I was in active labor, I would say. So I went into labor. And so stripping your membranes, it really does work. Like, that was so cool to me. Like, I feel like it's easier to go into labor on your own than to be induced and have to be on Pitocin. I feel like being on Pitocin is worse because they're forcing your body to do something that it's not ready to do. So those contractions are more painful. But I would say that this time, my contractions were like really, they was like painful, but it wasn't to where I was like, oh my God. But at the same time, everybody's pain tolerance is different. So I think I have a high pain tolerance, if you ask me. But yes, that was my 38-week update and my membrane sweep update. So sweeping your membranes does work, but only if your body is ready to go into labor or already showing signs to go into labor. So thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.